people? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, people, make sure that you lot are smashing up the lights like Rance says. You know what I mean? Big up Rance for the raid as well, people. You're going to see some new faces today. You know what I'm saying? These are the originals that I used to jump on YouTube with at the beginning, you know? Yeah? Got man like Cali making his debut on the channel today as well, bro. You know what I mean? Big yourself up, bro. What you think, man? What you saying, Cali? Let the people know what you're saying, man.
Nah. I was just trolling, to be honest with you. Hope everybody blessed. People have seen me around. You know what it is. Gonna talk some Chelsea real quick with the lads, and hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah, big up, man. We've got a lot of people here already. You've got 89 people in the house. Listen, people, today we're not really gonna touch up on any sort of transfer news, man. I don't want to keep regurgitating news. Like, there's not really much going on. Maignan right now, I'm seeing a few things that Zoom calls are ongoing. We want him for the Club World Cup and that. Gittins, what was it that you were saying about Gittins, AJ?
We don't know if he's coming for the Club World Cup or not.
Yeah, you see? Other than that, there's not really much going on, people. There's not really much going on. If anything breaks whilst we're live, then obviously we'll speak about it. But I definitely wanted to, get like a player ratings for the season, because the season's done now. You know what I'm trying to say? Get everyone's rating, what they think of everyone this season as well. And yeah, in the chat, make sure that you lot interact with us as well, man. Let's see who's in here. You got Jerry, large up my wise Scout General, big yourself up, man. You got Jay Schultz says, big up G, big up my G. Who else is in here? Mikey, big yourself up, Mikey. Adnan, big yourself up, man. But let's get straight into it, people. Let me just load this up here. All right, cool. You know what this just reminds me? Is this Marcus? This is Marcus, isn't it? Marcus Bettinelli, bro. Yeah, that's Bettinelli.
Marco. Is it Marco?
No, that's Marcus Bettinelli, bro. What you not saying about Bettinelli as well? Because I'm seeing a few people angry about him going to Man City and that. Right? What's your take on that, AJ?
I mean, the impact that he has on the team is like an intangible type of thing. Like, he's not playing in the game, so obviously it's like a relationship type of thing. So, I mean, relationships affect how players play and feel at the club. So maybe, it could take away something from the team, but from the outside, it's hard to quantify it as a fan, bro. With just watching it, we can't really tell what it does. But
yeah.
I like.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a popular guy in the dressing room. Like, I read a few things on the Athletic before about what he actually does, because he's a third choice, so he's never going to play, right? I think he's only played. How many times has he played for us? Like twice?
I've seen him play like once.
Age.
Something mad like that, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like what he basically does. He is the goal. He's the guy that's in between the management team and the players. So if the players have any problems, they basically go to him, and he goes to Maresca to say, okay, this is how they feel about this. This is how they feel about that. As well as that, he's in charge of like the fines and whatnot. He does a lot of the admin, and he gets paid probably over 50K a week to do that, bro. Man gets paid 50K a week to manage the group chat and and do a bit of training with balls. You know what I'm saying? Big pause on that as well, blood. Yeah. So now it looks like he's going to Man City. I don't know where he's from originally. Let me see what area he's from. Maybe it's closer to home, because he's been here for a minute, man. Where's he from? He's from Campbell. He's from London. He's got Man City. Okay. Well, maybe because he wants to win more trophies there. You know what I'm trying to say? Big up Reaper as well, man. Big up yourself, G. But let's get straight.
We gotta ask, why does Man City want him though? Like, what's the reason?
Scott Carson's leaving. So he's going to be the replacement.
Wait, but aren't they getting rid of Edison too? If word on the street was they're trying to get.
Pep confirmed that he's staying. Pep confirmed
okay.
He's staying. Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, but let me start with you, Couch. Badiashile. Let's get straight into it. What are you saying about Badiashile, bro? Where would you put him?
What are we grading on, a curve or just?
No curve. Brutally honest.
Okay, because like this guy didn't really play a lot in the Premier League, right? So we're basically just basing it on the stuff that he did in the Conference League and a few cup games or whatever.
Yep.
Right,
Big up Jimmy as well, man.
Yo, Jimmy, what's up, man? Yeah, meaty for me.
You're putting him in meaty.
Yeah.
This guy's hate for Badiashile, yeah. Actually,
I'm like, if I'm gonna put think about it. What competitions did he play in?
bro, he played in the
Conference League.
He played in the Prem,
which is a low-level competition, right? Low-level competition, the Conference League, right?
I'm pretty sure he played in the
Noah. He played against Noah.
Yeah, but we're talking about performances. We're talking about his performances, bro.
All right, let me just see what he played. Let me just quickly pull up what games he played in.
He said Noah.
Bro, Meaty is so harsh. He has not been
against Noah. He played against Noah.
That other team, the Djokovic team, I don't even remember the name. The ones after Noah.
Okay, so for what I'm seeing,
in the final, no?
He played against Barrow. He played against Ghent. He played against Liverpool, the 2-1 loss. Played against Panathinaikos. Played against Newcastle, 2-0 loss. Played against Noah.
That was a cup game, right? Was that a cup game?
The Newcastle game, yeah.
The cup game,
yeah,
because we won. At home.
EFL Cup.
Yeah.
And then he played against Leicester. We won 2-1.
He was very good in that game. I was there for that game.
He played in Heidenheim. He was all right. He played in Heidenheim, 2-0. He played against Aston Villa, where we won 3-0. Let's see what else. He played Tottenham, which was a disaster class. We can all agree with that. Played Copenhagen.
No. It was a shit first half. Then when he got moved to the other side, he was good.
Man, it was a disaster class. Okay, all right.
Bro, he got played at right centre back. Then he got moved. What are we doing here?
He looked awful at right centre back. All right, I remember that.
That's a Maresca.
Yeah, no doubt. But there's whether or not Maresca put him in the position that he was put in, he was awful. So let's just leave that there.
Yeah, but I blame Copenhagen.
He played against Copenhagen 1-0.
Yo, this is the first player.
He said, Don, when we played Gusto for the same shit.
He played against Arsenal. We lost 1-0. He played against Legia. I didn't even know we played against Legia, but anyways, we won 3-0. He played against Legia again, and then he played against Djurgården twice, and then he played against Real Betis. So, in every real outside of the Tottenham game, any real tough game that we had and he played, we lost.
Well, he wasn't bad against Liverpool. He wasn't bad against Liverpool.
He was very good against Leicester. Okay, so based on what if I said he's meaty, what should I say? What should he be then? You tell me.
Yeah, meaty is too harsh.
I'm putting him in decent this season, bro.
Okay, so we're one off. Okay, what's the real big deal here?
He means like you've been.
Yeah, I don't think we need a deep dive for Badiashile.
Let me ask the question.
That's what I'm saying.
Couch, was Badiashile better this year than last year?
I think the level of competition suits his game more. Yeah.
I could accept that.
Hey, why'd you hate
tougher games last year?
I don't hate him. I'm just calling it like I see it. Like you guys feel like I have some hate on for people, man. I don't. I just call it like I see it.
Couch, really quick, just so I can understand, who was better this season, Tosin or Badiashile?
Tosin.
Okay, we're cool. He's good. There's no hate. There's no hate along. It's just look. It's one off. Okay, decent, meaty. Let's be real. He shouldn't even be indecent, to be honest.
I think he's been decent. Jim, how about you, Jim? Do you think he's been decent, bro?
Badiashile?
Yeah.
He's been decent.
Personally, bro, I don't think he's put a foot wrong in the conference. It's a lesser competition, cool. But
no, he's been decent because he played mostly in the conference and he dominated. So I gotta go by where he played. I can't go by.
Jimmy, it's the conference, brother.
It don't matter what it is. It was decent.
It was decent. Honestly, that's literally where it was. It wasn't very good. It was just decent, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Like when I'm supposed to lower his grade because he did good against the bad team.
Yeah, that logic. That's where you talk about hating.
That's basically what you say. Give him a lower grade.
No, I'm saying the games that the games that I've seen him in, he hasn't really dominated those games though. He was just okay, lower level opponent.
But we did dominate those games that he was in.
He was in the team that dominated those games, but he wasn't really a.
But the game we lost that we was in, you don't say whether or not he dominated. You just said we lost.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned the Spurs game where he was dog shit. That was the one.
Exactly. Wait. You mentioned the games where he did bad, but the games where he did
no,
good,
but the only game I mentioned is that game.
The games that we lost, all you said was we lost. You didn't say whether or not he played good. You just said we lost.
Yeah.
Okay, he could have played good in games we lost, but you didn't tell us whether or not he played good.
Are we over-analyzing Badiashile right now? Is that what's really happening right now?
But that's what you did. But you did that.
No, I didn't. I was like,
when I said he played good in the conference league, but it's the conference league and it's lower competition. Yeah. That's breaking it down.
No, that's basically me saying exactly what I said.
No, but we're asking how did he play. So we're asking face value, how did he play? We don't care about who he played against.
I said meaty. You guys said decent. I have no problem with decent. Let's leave it there.
All right, that's
all I'm saying is when you ready to pick him apart, you deep dive. But when it's time to give him props, you don't deep dive. You just go,
you don't want to do that. Yeah, exactly. Facts.
I didn't deep dive anything on him because if I wanted to, I could talk about some other things.
You like American.
You don't want to do, Jimmy. Yeah. I'm gonna go through the conference league team first, basically, and the squad players, and then we'll get to the big boys after, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah, Dewsbury-Hall, man. Dewsbury-Hall. I'm gonna come to you, AJ. Where would you put Dewsbury-Hall, bro?
I think decent as well. I think he had some impact in some games. I think he also played a little role in, conference league depth. I think, like you said, squad players. I don't think he was very good. I don't think he was meaty for the time he's on the field. So I think decent is okay.
Decent. Anyone want to argue against decent?
Yes. The nigga was meaty, bro.
Who's that? Is that Jabby?
Yeah, yo, nigga was meaty.
If Dewsbury-Hall is decent, then I'm okay with Badiashile being decent too.
All right, I'm not gonna argue. We should say the deep dives for actual players that.
The first one sets the table.
That's why I'm quickly going through a conference.
All right, cool, decent.
Go ahead, list them. Get these squad players out real quick.
Yeah, so I say decent, but I don't mind. I mean, I say meaty, but I don't mind the decent.
He's had some meaty games and he's had some good games as well. I'll be real. I'll be real, man. Even when we played against Bournemouth in the league, remember that game when Enzo was ill? He got the assist for Cucurella, I'm pretty sure, in that game, bro.
That's Wolves, I think. You mean?
Was it Wolves?
Where he flicked the flick on header and then Cucurella.
Was that Wolves? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Wolves. Yeah. Even against Forest, man came off the bench. He got a vital block and that. Like, for me, he's not a bad player, innit? He just needs to go mid-table now and start week in, week out. He should have never come Chelsea because we didn't need him. Yeah, but I personally think you're right. I think he's been decent as well.
Yeah.
Who should we go for next? Conference League, man. All right, let me go for Mark Guiu. Yeah, Mark Guiu. I know we haven't really seen much of him, but let me ask you, AJ, what have you thought about Mark Guiu? Where would you put him in the season, bro?
I mean, I just went, but it'll be tough. I feel like.
Let me go to Cali. Let me go to Cali. Go on, Cali.
But it's tough, right? So you're not supposed to hold injuries against the player, but if you're going by the amount of performances we've seen him in, then by default he has to be in meaty because he hasn't played enough. But let me caveat that with a big but. He has had very good showings. So if he played throughout the whole season, I probably would just slap him right in between decent and the other category above, because he showed real potential, but that injury and like the lack of appearances that he played, I can't really put him in decent.
But from what you've seen, Kelly, from what you've seen.
No, that's what I'm saying. From what I've seen, if he played I said it very specifically. From what I've seen, if he played the full season out, I've seen some bad games because he's a young player, and I've seen very promising performances from him. I would put him in decent. However, that boy got injured for a huge chunk of the season. He should be in me. I'm gonna be very clear.
How many games?
Let me look up. Let me look up how many he played.
It's hard to rate him. If he played less than like 5,
that's why I said meaty. That's why I said meaty.
I'm pretty sure.
Mark Guiu, Chelsea appearances.
Let me chill.
I'm already on it. I got you. He's made 13 appearances for Chelsea, 3 of the appearances being in the Prem, 6 Europa Conference League matches, 1 FA Cup match, which we all are aware.
He played more than I thought. He played more than I thought.
Bro,
That's what I'm saying. So
he was literally
13
highest goal scorer in the Conference League, bro. Like, and against West Ham as well. Let's not forget with the game where he got injured, we ended up winning that game, right? Because of him, bro. He was a big reason why.
The only reason I say this, Don, is when we get to the heavy hitters, when we get to the starters, some of these starters are going to be next to some of these Conference League players, and that's not going to sit well with me. Like, I can't put, for example, Guiu in a level above decent, knowing like other top hitters are going to be there. Like, I'm going to look at that list and be like, that list is fugazi.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, off the strength of 13 appearances, I really couldn't put him anything over decent. He's shown good potential, but yeah, that's where I stand on that.
No, I hear it. I think, for me, I'll probably keep him in decent because you have to look at the level of opposition he faced as well. Individually, I think he was very good in that comp, and I thought he was very good against West Ham. And like Mario says, big up Mario says, I honestly believe if he filled in for Jackson's injury, he would have comfortably been in top 4. I agree with you, bro.
Oh,
right?
Hell yeah. The lack of no striker at all was killing us. At least he's a striker. Where he would have scored, I don't know, but where he would have been able to provide just as a striker would have been a hell of a.
That presence alone would have been
created space. He would have created more space.
Because that would have allowed our wingers to actually be wingers and not sacrifice. You know, we had to move people around for that. You know.
Yep.
100%. 100%, man. I think. Listen, from what I've seen, I'll probably say decent. Let's keep him in decent because you make a lot of sense when you break it down, Cali. Let me come to you, Jim. Nkunku. What we saying about Nkunku?
Damn.
Some say I sting, we are sting, but Nkunku a shock, ya shock. Put that nigga in shocking, bro. That nigga was shocking, bro. Like, yo,
I'm weak.
Nigga was terrible, bro. And I love Nkunku, but
Jesus my Lord.
Yo, and not even that. My thing is this. There's context with everything. We already know he's playing out of position, all of that. It was his attitude, like not his attitude, his because I can't judge his attitude.
Body language.
The body language in which he played, like, and it's not necessarily his fault.
Yeah.
We were asking him to do just what he just doesn't do. But I gotta judge by how he played. And when he actually was out there, outside of the Conference League, it was just terrible, man.
10 men on the pitch when he was playing.
It's the goal against Bournemouth, I won't forget because I remember when he scored it, I was like, this is what he can do.
Yeah.
But he even did that out of position. You know what I mean? So, but overall, he was shocking, bro. Like,
he was. He was, man. What do you think about takes like this, Couch? Like, do you think it's Maresca that ruined this guy, bro? Because remember we were saying free Nkunku started the season, Couch. We were saying free Nkunku.
Maresca wasn't supposed to build his team around Nkunku. Fuck out of here. He ruined him. We don't
people
build
say let Couch go.
Go, Couch.
I wouldn't say it was shocking because if we're using the same metrics to judge a player with the competitions that he was given in, he played the majority of the Conference League and he scored a bag of goals. You know, so I wouldn't say shocking. That seems a little bit of a stretch.
But
and I would also say that, like, he wasn't really used effectively. Like, if you put a center back in as a striker, you know, and you expect him to perform as a striker.
No, that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
Well, you know what I mean. You see what you see the lot. You see what I'm going with that.
That's a
Wait. Couch, we've got you. Because
you
now
right
you're using this whole positional thing for Nkunku, but you didn't want to use it for fucking Badiashile a second ago, right?
Yeah, for that. For going from the right side to the left side. Yeah, you fucker, yo.
Really, I didn't know the Badiashile love was that deep, man.
Hold that one. But I don't see Nkunku as shocking. I just think that he really couldn't fit in our system, unfortunately. But
he didn't miss pins with an S. He missed one pin. Yo, now you stretching it. He missed
Yeah,
one.
missed one penalty. He did miss one penalty.
Yeah, you wilding.
I think he missed 2 actually.
Yeah, people gotta stop doing that. Everyone misses a pen. Like, chill out.
Nkunku's case is super complex.
I don't even remember.
I think shocking could work, and I think meaty can also work.
Yeah, I wouldn't get mad at anybody. You know what I'm judging by? By what I know he is as a player.
Yeah, exactly.
Shocking.
Higher standards.
You know what I'm saying?
For me, it's like KDH, bro. It's like, all right, cool. But in Nkunku, you expect that level of player.
Yes. The best of KDH, the best I would have ever thought of KDH would have been very good. Like, the best I would have been, the worst I would have been expecting out of Nkunku was like decent. And he was like, bro,
he was so bad. The thing is, Jim, I was even saying like, okay, if Mudrik's not there, at least you've got Nkunku that can do a job there, right? Because if you guys remember when we played Brighton last season, Mudrik came off at half-time, Nkunku comes on at half-time, and he scored, and he was very good, bro. He was running at people, he was being direct, he was trying to link up play, like he was playing well. But this year, man played on the left in a couple games. Remember we went to Arsenal? Bro, I was at that game, and it was disgusting watching this guy, bro. I'm watching this guy, and I'm like, he don't even look like he knows how to play anymore. Yeah,
but Don,
you know what I mean?
You played him off the left. You played him in the 10. You played him dropping back. Like, when was he ever just, you know what I'm saying? And the way the system works, when was he ever a main striker with service? Just name me one game this season when he was the main striker, not in the Conference League, in the Prem, with service.
I only played a few games in the Prem.
Yes, but I'm saying most of the few games he did play in the Prem were all out of position. I don't remember a single game in the Conference League. I think I remember him being in the striker.
Started playing striker.
Nah, he's played in the 10. He's definitely played in midfield. There was a game
where he played in the 10 for sure, and he played off the left. I remember that for a fact.
I remember one of the games because remember we played Brighton twice in a week. One of those games Nkunku started in midfield, bro. I remember.
Correct.
He was shit in the position that everyone says he's best in. These Nkunku
type players, bro. What was that game?
It was against Brighton. Go check it, yeah. When we played Brighton, one of the games we played against Brighton, I'm sure one of those games he started in midfield, bro. Definitely, bro.
Yo, we have to remember the history, though. Remember the preseason. Remember Nkunku was he playing maybe Cole Palmer's role or Enzo's role in preseason? And he had a very good preseason. And we all expected Nkunku to start.
Yeah. And
then he didn't get his time on the field. And then, season progressed. We actually were hitting form. We were like a top 4 team. We were up there. We was almost in first place. So he just never got integrated into the team until he had to when Jackson got hurt. And he's playing striker. So his story is like just complex. It's too many moving parts to judge him just directly. So
just based on his performances.
Exactly.
I agree.
But the thing is, though, as much as I'm looking at
it, believe in him. That's essentially what it came down to. The coach just, left.
My thing is this, Don. This isn't like Gusto inverting in a position he plays in, right? So he doesn't do inverting well, but it's not like we moved them across the pitch. This is Nkunku was moved across the pitch, barely used because he wasn't favored by the manager. When he was used incorrectly, and in the few games, like you're saying in Brighton, when he's using his correct position, he's gonna be asked. So what are we saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? By that point, he's disillusioned with the project. He doesn't want to be in the team. He's getting second string, third string minutes. We have to acknowledge it.
He played striker at Brighton both those games, by the way.
He started up.
Thank you for correcting it, because I thought Brighton was the game.
I don't think he did.
I'm glad to know that.
I definitely.
It says here that Palmer played.
Couch is looking at it. I know Couch is looking at it.
I'm looking right at it. Palmer played both those games.
You know how I know he plays striker because
in both games, bro.
I have an FA Cup game, and then I have a game against Brighton.
Let me check right now.
Premier League.
Nkunku started up top in that game, in the FA Cup.
The cup game he started up top for sure, up top. And
then it's saying that he started up top again. He's saying he started up top again.
Yeah. Wait, Couch, just you're sure in the league he started up top as well as he did in the cup game. That's just one thing I know.
I'm not bugging out, bro, because I swear one of those games Palmer started up top though. I swear
no, no. There was a game Neto was in false 9. I know that was Fulham.
That was Villa.
Was it Villa?
Villa. I think no. You saying Palm up top, right?
Yeah, Palmer up top.
Yeah,
Neto was up top for Fulham.
Neto was up top for Villa because I remember.
You know what? I could just type in Nkunku played positions and I'll see what game it was. But there was definitely a game where he played up top. He played in midfield because we all said we saw him playing in midfield, the position where we think he's best, and he still didn't play well, right? So I just think it's a situation where it's like it hasn't worked out. You know, I was expecting this guy to come in, finish bare chances. He hasn't even been mad clinical for the chances that he's had this season as well. I'll be real. There's been chances where Nkunku should be burying them. But at the same time, there's been many games we've spoken bare times where it's like Palmer's through on goal. He can pass to Nkunku. He doesn't play it to him. Like Palmer and Nkunku, they had zero chemistry between them.
No chemistry.
None.
No chemistry.
Bro.
None.
You know what I mean?
On God, Guiu had more chemistry than, it's actually that peak.
They had zero chemistry. There's times I was seeing Nkunku making a run. No one's playing it to him. And then you got Reaper. Reaper, you're definitely trolling. Man said Nkunku done more than anyone in our team, but you disrespect him, Don. What?
He wants a
Nah. Yeah, he's trolling hard.
He's definitely.
Just really quick, you could say Jackson did more in the team.
I think he just means in like football in general. That Nkunku's
like career-wise, you mean?
More than
even that. That's kind of.
That's bullshit. What he's done more than Reece James. And Nkunku ain't win a fucking thing. Shut up. Yo, Reaper, I'm fucking tired of you. You know what? Yo, do I have a wrench? Give me the wrench, bro.
Give me the wrench.
Listen, Reaper, listen, what he did before is irrelevant now because he's at Chelsea and we've watched this guy long enough. We've watched him long enough.
At no time in Nkunku's career he's ever been a better player than Reece James. No point, no time.
And I'll say this. I'm just going to wrap on this. I'll say that there's been more than a few situations where Nkunku was in the right position and never got the ball, which is very much indicative of the team that we play in, teams that just don't make good decisions in the final third. Nkunku was very much a victim of that a lot of times. So, say what you will. He didn't really work out, but I guarantee you put him in another team, he's going to bag goals.
Agreed.
Yeah. I just think, he wasn't really a central figure, you know what I mean? Which is a shame, man, because we all rate Nkunku. Like, even now, it's a shame that we're saying this, because, like, I never thought I'd be saying this. I didn't think it would end like this. You know what I mean? There's certain players you look at when they come from other countries, you're like, yeah, this guy's definitely going to pop off. Some of the goals that Nkunku scored for us, like, last season when we lost to Liverpool, that goal that he scored in the box, mad goal. Against Bournemouth, bro. Mad goal. Against Brighton. I remember against Wolves, he scored the header as well. Like, he's a very good, instinctive sort of striker in the box.
Finisher as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's just like, it hasn't worked out. It hasn't worked out for the guy, man.
I had more faith for him than Timo Werner, bro. Crazy, man. It's actually crazy.
Yep. Let me come to you, Xavi, yeah? You there, Xavi? I think it was his kid there.
He's on the mute.
Yeah.
Toss it back to AJ then. AJ or Jimmy, go ahead.
Yo.
Let me go. Let me go around. Yo. Back. Xavi, you there?
Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
All right, cool, bro. Let me give you Tosin. I'll give you Tosin, bro. What have you thought about Tosin? Where would you put him, man?
Damn. Decent.
Anything below decent is a disgrace.
Decent.
You put him in decent, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think he's kind of brought to the team? I know you're a bit occupied right now.
A little bit of leadership, physical presence in the box. I feel like that game against Forest, bro. He's a man of the match for me.
Oh, easily man of the match for
aerial presence. Yep. That aerial presence.
Like some of these games, like Wolves, like when he's come in, I think he had like maybe one or two shockers, but he's been okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's definitely done the job that he needed to do when he came in. For the most part. But just decent.
Yeah. I think he's been decent. I think he's been a solid squad player, man. He's basically done what I expect from a squad player. Like, I think the worst game I've seen from him this year was probably against Liverpool, man. He was rattled from early doors. Other than that, I haven't really looked at Tosin and thought, Tosin's had a real stinker today. You know what I mean? I think it's been decent pretty much. You know, it's very good in the air. We've barely conceded any set pieces in the box anymore because he's there to just help us with his height. You know, the way he plays it out from the back is very good. His clearances are good. He defends his box quite well. He's a leader, like what we're saying. You know, when I was at the Forest game again, I was literally at the front. I could hear him talking. You can see how he guides everyone. He's Uncle Tosin. They call him Uncle Tosin for a reason.
Exactly,
you know I mean?
They call him Uncle Tosin.
They literally call him Uncle Tosin for a reason, bro. He's an uncle. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
If you remember when we signed him as well, this guy had in the signing, he had the Chelsea top on and he had a blazer. He was even wearing a blazer like his guy in work. Remember?
Yeah.
But yeah,
no. I'll give him decent too. I thought that his passing range was something that was a little bit underrated coming in.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty good when he played in the middle, just marshalling and of course picking passes, rangy passes too.
Yeah.
And for a squad player, he came in when we needed him. Obviously, had so many injuries. He came in and gave us some decent minutes. So that's basically what you want from a squad player, you know. But as I was saying the entire year, like he's not the answer at that position. You know, he's not the guy that you want to be like building your defense around. He's the guy that can come in and give you some minutes here and there. You still need to find somebody on that right side.
100%. Are we all in agreement that we should be keeping him though? Yeah.
Absolutely.
As a squad player, 1000%.
I said play Tosin in the Champions League and see what happens, bro.
Oof.
Like,
Yo, y'all act like every team that's in the Champions League is these world beaters. You know how much shit teams in the Champions League each year? Shut the fuck
Speak
up.
on it, Jimmy.
We ain't been out of it that long. What the fuck are y'all talking about? There's some trash teams. And also remember, teams in the Champions League based off what you did the year before. A lot of these teams that make it to the Champions League, you know what end up happening? They sell their best fucking players. A lot of them.
Damn.
Their best players are gone.
Jimmy, you hear this? If Tosin can play in the Prem, why the hell can't he play in the Champions League, bro?
And
he's good on the ball, so I think it's more about ball playing in the UCL.
No, 100%, bro, and it's about leadership as well, bro. Like he knows what he's doing. He's not a bum. He's not a guy that's gonna go in there and just be like, well, hopefully, let's hope that he's not nervous. You know what I mean? Mentality doesn't look like a nervous wreck. You know what I'm saying? I think people overdo this thing, man. Even with the Prem, the way they talk about the Prem sometimes, it's like you're facing world-class players in every position, like every week. And I'm like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. You know what I mean? Let's say he's a bum on the European stage. When have you seen Tosin on the European stage, bro? Apart from Conference League. And he wasn't a bum. Him and Badiashile were good in there, bro.
I am not going to make judgments about people's European careers based on teams. Yeah, like let me.
The fucking Conference League. What does he do? Yo, why y'all keep responding to Reaper? Like, yo, Reaper. 24.
Yeah, let's move on to the next person, man. Who should I go to next, people? Let's see, man. Let's go to Veiga. I mean, he played half a season.
That's a waste, man.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Couch. Perfect.
Veiga. What are we doing here? Like, are you looking for that? You're thinking
put him in shocking. He's not even on the team anymore. Put him on. Just put him
Where
on
do you rank Colwill? If you first before we do that, why don't we do Colwill and then you rank Veiga? How about that?
Do Colwill. All right, take Colwill. Take him. Take Colwill. Take Colwill.
You do Colwill.
Okay. For Colwill, yeah. Ooh.
That second half of the season is a lot different than the first half. That's all I'm gonna say. That first half was
let me break it down. Let me break down Colwill's season.
No, that's a rating. What's up?
Let me break down Colwill's season, yeah? Colwill at the beginning of the season, before Caicedo came into his own, he was our best player, right? And then he had a little bit of a blip where he had a little bit of a drop-off.
Not a little bit. Not a little bit. We're talking 10-game stretch. It was bad.
From young players who don't have
it was like a month. It was like a month. It wasn't that long. It was like a month, right? And then he ended the season. He ended the season very well. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
There's no category between decent and very good. I don't think he's been decent. I think he's been better than decent, right? Very good. Listen, people are going to look at the little blip that he had. But when you talk about the fact that we're part of the third best defense and he's been a big part of it, bro, I have to put him in very good. I have to.
Okay.
Uncomfortable conversations when Sanchez comes up based on that logic, but all right.
I have to put him in very good, bro. I have to, man. He had a little bit of a drop off.
Well said, Callie.
He's young.
Well said, Brandon.
Does anyone disagree with him being very good?
Maybe we need to put a group in between then. Maybe we need
we should meaty and decent should kind of been the same thing, and we should put good.
Nah, meaty isn't decent.
Nah, meaty isn't. It's average. Meaty is average. Like, gets the job done, but is very shaky. That's how I look at meaty. Decent is like just solid.
Let me add a row in between then, innit? Because this is probably gonna get people going crazy. I'll say good. Shall I say good?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like.
But good and decent are close. That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Yeah, it's just semantics now. Like, what are we doing here, man?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
good, decent, like.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
same shit, different day. Like.
Combine decent and meaty to something.
That's what I'm saying. Decent and meaty should be.
And then we can move players.
I'll let you guys have your fun. Go ahead. Have fun with it.
Nah, man, because the thing is, meaty is a negative, bro. If someone's meaty, that's negative. If you're decent, it means sometimes good, sometimes shit. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of look at
meaty would mean like you're mid, like you're in between. Like, you know.
Nah, meaty, bro. Meaty means meaty means if something's meaty, it's meaty, innit? It's dead.
That's the UK slang.
Yeah. And then decent,
I always thought it was mid, to be honest. I could be wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, meaty basically means mediocre, bro. It's short for mediocre. That's what
that is. Yeah, it's mid. That's mid.
That's mid.
So meaty. For me, how I define it, it means you've been shit in it. You've been shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then decent means you've been average. Decent is another word for average. Yeah. So yeah, Cole, I'll probably say good then. I'll put him in the good. How about you, Jim?
Decent.
Where would you put Cole?
Decent.
What makes you say that, bro?
That's my answer. He's been decent.
But how have you lowered him from good to decent, bro?
I haven't never put him at good.
I'll put him in good. So why is he not good?
Because he had that purple patch at the year kind of saved him out of meaty for me. He was meaty all the way up. He was meaty all the way up until
speak on it, Jimmy.
Like the last 8 games, 10 games or so, 8 to 10 games.
So he's a world beater to start the game. He was a world beater to start the year.
No, he wasn't. No. Whoa. Let me finish. Going on what Don is saying, he was like one of the top defenders in the Premier League at the time. Before he went into the Christmas period. Was it the Christmas period that you say he fell off? Christmas period into January. Right?
No, it wasn't a Christmas period. It was after that, bro. It was a new year.
Don missed me with that bullshit. He was I in the beginning, and then he fell way the fuck off. Like way off to where I was thinking about fuck this dude. And then he got it back together. So
I see polar opposites of the spectrum. World beater at the beginning is way too much. He was an exceptional, very good player in the beginning. And Jimmy's right. He didn't fall off a cliff, but he was shit for a good patch of time. And then he ended the season above average. That's my fair take of it. Anybody disagree?
Where would you put him? You want to put him? Let's do a little vote then, innit? Yes, I'm saying good. Couch, where you putting him, bro?
I say good.
How about you, AJ?
Yeah, good is fine.
There goes he's standing good. Democracy. 3 over 2.
I agree.
I would have put him decent, and Jimmy would have put him decent.
Where's Xavi at?
Yeah, Xavi, how about you, bro? Where would you put him?
Oh,
good.
You put him in good.
All right, there you go. Yeah, 4 to 2. So he stays in good.
He's staying in good, but I think it's been good, man. I think it's been good. And there's certain parts of the season where he was very good, exceptional, in fact. All right, cool. Let's go to Veiga then, Couch.
I'll be split with this one, man.
For real?
Yeah, let's turn it up. Let's turn up the speed.
Okay. I can't even remember what games did he even play in, man. Like I can't even I'm not even trying to troll. Like I don't remember this guy playing.
Mainly conference leagues.
Mainly conference.
He would come in and every once in a while.
Sure, decent.
You put him in decent. I would argue. Sure.
Decent is the default spot.
Like how many games?
I want to put him in meaty so bad, bro.
Meaty.
I thought he was decent. Remember he started that game that we won against Bournemouth as well away. He started with with I think with Enzo in midfield.
I was gonna say Bournemouth is the only game I remember him being like above meaty, like
How
good.
many games did he
dare I
play
say
for
it.
Chelsea? Let's look up that number. Is it more than 10?
Yeah, someone check it.
What did you say? How much has Veiga played?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, someone check it.
Conference League is what, like 5 games?
Something like
All
that.
right. So Renato Veiga has made 18 appearances for Chelsea in all comps. This includes a full 90 in the FA Cup against Morecambe.
Oh yeah, that FA
Let me
Cup.
see anything else. 18 appearances.
He played against Ghent.
I can't even. I only see Bournemouth for the Prem game.
Meaty.
He played against.
It's gonna have to be. I only see Bournemouth. Listen, I only see Bournemouth for the Prem games.
There's a strong case for Meaty. I'm not gonna lie.
Meaty.
Right, bro.
From the games that you've seen of his, you think it was Meaty?
Yes.
I mean,
yeah.
It was a little bit underwhelming. I did see he had potential though, but I don't. We never got to that point. That's the sad part.
So how is it?
Remember? Okay, excuse me. There was one other Prem game I remember him. He was a sub, I think. In how much did we lose to Man City by? It was 2-0, right? That game he was a sub. Game he was a sub.
Did he play? Did he play the playoffs versus what's that team name we played in the playoffs for the Conference League?
I don't remember the
Was it the bet?
Did he play that game? Because I think I remember it being shocking.
I forgot about that. Like in August.
Wait, guys, fellas,
Aye.
with some shame, we are not using the playoffs in the Conference League to evaluate. With some shame, please.
Let's quickly rank it in it because Veiga. I don't want to spend too much time on him. We've still got a lot of people here and people that actually deserve to be spoken about as well. Because this guy's a bit of a tip.
KDH had a better season for Chelsea than Veiga, so I think Meaty is
without
a
doubt.
good case, bro.
Yeah, but
Meaty's a good case.
I mean, what's the variance on decent? Like, you know what I mean? I think he might just slip it on
Meaty's a
decent.
good case, bro.
If we're gonna do this, this is how you should rank it. I think he should be at the bottom of that.
He wasn't better than KDH, so I think it's Meaty, bro.
I can't put Veiga in decent.
But look, you can still put him in. You can still put him in decent, but like further down the line.
You like Veiga, don't you? You like Veiga. You rate
I think
Veiga.
he's a decent player.
He's better than Colwill. Don't forget.
I think he's better defensively than Colwill. Yes, I do. I do think he's better.
This shouldn't change how you view him. This shouldn't change how you view him, Don. He could still have that potential.
Yeah, but bro, when I watched him,
can I get a quick timeout? What did you just say, Don?
When I watched him in the Conference League, he actually done well. Like he done well. Again,
who said he was better than Colwill?
Bro, defensively, Colwill has improved in terms of the how aggressive he's been, right? But when you talk about who's naturally more aggressive defensively, it's Veiga. It's Veiga, bro. Colwill's only learning that now. Veiga actually has that in his game. You know what I'm saying? But I would personally say decent. Let's just quickly go because I think we're going back and forth on this. Couch, where would you put him?
I mean,
come on, Couch, Meaty, brother.
I'm just gonna say Meaty, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who the hell?
Say Meaty. How about you, AJ? Meaty?
Yeah, I'm probably going Meaty too, bro.
Let me finish. Yeah, I'm Meaty. We're finishing it off. Hit him in Meaty, bro.
I lost. All right, cool, man. Let's go next. All right, let's go for Wesley Fofana. I'm gonna come to you, AJ.
Who, Fofana? Ooh, nasty work. What we got? Decent, good, very good. I think Fofana, he first of all, he's coming from that big injury. I was surprised he played so much, especially in the first half of the season. I was very surprised. And he also performed well. Him and Colwill had a good partnership.
How many games did he get again? How many games did he get this year?
Fofana?
Games, didn't it? He played till Christmas, basically.
Probably like half of our games he played.
I'll give you the exact number. Give me 2 seconds. He only has 29 full appearances in the Premier League in his entire career for Chelsea.
14.
I don't even know how many of this. So 14 this season.
Look, I say it's tough. It's tough because he's super. It's crazy extreme with him. Like he's 1 minute he's our number one center back. Next minute he's like, nowhere to be found. So I don't know. It's somewhere between decent and good. I'd say he was good. I'd still say he was good. You know, he still has an impact on the team. The injuries, I don't know if we could count it against how he plays. You understand? So I'd say he's good.
I feel like that's another adjustment we failed to talk about. How when he went down, we also had to adjust the way we played. Because I feel like he was essential to the Maresca system. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Big truth there. I would say he was good. It's just unfortunate that we didn't get to see him for longer, right? So I thought that he was positioning himself to be center back number one, but you know, health is a major concern for this guy, and I'm still on the side of like we still need to find another center back in his stead, just because we just don't know what we're gonna get from him going on. But like in terms of like what he does and how he plays in Maresca's system, that right-sided center back and what we need from that position, he was a prototype. But you know, what good are you if you can't play?
What we saying though would be. What about you, Cut? He's saying selling though, because the club are open to selling this guy. I think what's really done for Fofana, right, is the fact that he basically rushed himself back. Maresca was like, yo, this guy's gonna be out for a minute, and then he says, no, this is wrong. He rushes himself back, he gets injured again, and he's been written off. You know, and now you're seeing Jacob Steinberg and all these guys coming out saying, you know, he's up for sale. If we get a decent offer, we'll sell him. Are you ready to move on from him, bro?
I mean, if the right price came in, I wouldn't just sell for anything. Like, it'd have to be for the right price. I mean, nobody can fault us for selling somebody who's not played, he played 29 Premier League games in the last 3 years?
It's embarrassing.
It's just got to be for the right price for me, you know? Like, I understand. I see the quality. I understand what he is to this team, but bottom line is he's just not been available for us, you know?
What is the right price, though? Because we bought him for what, 7 EMs?
Somewhere in and around there. So I'd say anywhere around 45, 50. I'd do it. 45.
Definitely taking a loss.
We're not getting that 45 from him.
Yep.
Well, hey.
You're paying for half.
He's
been.
Yeah.
If we took the loss we took on Lukaku, I mean, it can't be all that bad. Get at least 30. You're gonna have to take the hit. But I don't think it's messed up, man, because Fofana's injuries are the only like blemish on him, genuinely. Like, as a player, and I know we say this, you know, ifs, buts, maybes, if he could be healthy, I would have him a starter almost every single game throughout the season, as long as, you know, with proper rest and all that, because his ability is second to none, honestly, in my opinion, as far as the center backs we have on our team. Maybe Colwill one day, when he develops properly, will be the number one, but as it stands right now on ability, present day 2025, Fofana is our best center back. And unfortunately, he just can't be healthy. It's like Reece James, but thankfully, RJ's been healthy, and long may it continue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what it is, though? For me, bro, I don't mind. If we don't get a decent enough offer, I don't mind keeping him in the squad. We just got to get out of our head that he's starting. You know what I mean? Get it out of your head that he's starting, because when he's the starter, it's a problem. Because majority of the season, you're now depending on Chalobah's, Tosins, and these guys. I don't know what's going to happen with Sarr. He's officially joined Chelsea now. We'll have a look at him at the Club World Cup. He looks like a very good centre-back as well. You know what I mean? Right centre-back. So he might be the person that comes in and plays there. But Chelsea are looking at a centre-back as well, bro. So let's see what happens, man. But it's a shame, because quality-wise, we know how good Fofana is. We know how good he is, man. It's just he can't stay fit. That's the problem with this guy. AJ, let me come to you. Actually, not AJ, sorry. Callie, you there, bro?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm here.
Let's go for Jorgensen, bro. How can Couch laugh like that?
I wasn't even I think I have bias, man. You really think I have bias. I just don't gas people, man, before I get to see them play. That's just that simple. I don't have any bias.
Okay. It's just specifically, remember, Couch, we had a conversation in between Sanchez and Jorgensen. So it's like, if I say the opposite now, I'm switching up. So off strength, I believe Sanchez was the better keeper. I believe that goes without saying. Jorgensen might be meaty, bro. I don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it, because I don't think he got enough opportunities to really properly play. But hey, man, I have to be honest. Like I said, Couch knows. Couch has me. He has text proof. Hey, man, I got to put him in meaty. I have to put him in meaty. I'm sorry. I don't want to, but I have to.
I'd agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of us gave Jorgensen a chance though. We gave him a chance and we watched him, and while he might not have gotten the best chance, he did make a big he got a big chance.
Yeah, we was in the for that
made a big mistake, bro.
We're out of a cup because of him. Let's be very clear, man.
AJ, remember?
Yeah, bro. Oh yeah. I went to a game with Xavi and Jem in Manhattan, and fucking Jorgensen fumbled the ball in like the last minute against Aston Villa, bro. Crazy. So we seen that shit live and direct, bro. He's kind of meaty, bro.
You know what's annoying about that game as well, bro? Away from that fucking mad blunder at the end, the guy made a good save. I can't remember who it was, that thing. He wasn't bad in the game, and then all of a sudden, last minute, man lost his head, right? But yeah,
I never want to see him play again.
One thing I'll say about him, Jorgensen, yeah, he's definitely a better distributor of the ball than Sanchez. Yeah, like he's more comfortable.
He looks more comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, but I would say Sanchez is more commanding than him. He's a better cross collector than him. Shot stopping wise, I don't think Jorgensen's had. I mean, obviously the Brighton blunder, but then you can look at Sanchez. He's had a few blunders as well, man. I know he's made some good saves, but you know he's played more games. Bruv.
Hey.
But yeah, Meady, I can't even argue against it. I can't lie.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it. Pull out the other goalkeepers right now. Let's get it done.
Right, cool. Let's go to Sanchez now. Where's Jimmy? Bruv? Jimmy, you there?
Jimmy's gone.
Oh, Xavi's here. Let me come to you, Xavi. Go. Let's go straight to Sanchez, bro.
Oh shit. Fuck. I'm trying so hard not to be biased here, man. Fuck. I'll put him in decent.
All right, then
I'm gonna agree.
Couch is trying to put him in outstanding.
I agree.
He's trying to figure a way to finesse it.
He's been decent, man. Easily our best keeper at the club right now. So yeah.
You said that we're getting Manian. You're not happy about that, eh?
No. I'm sat here thinking, hey, the deal ain't done until it's done. So just relax on that. All right? Yeah.
But Couch, even beyond that, then it's uncomfortable conversations for the other goalkeepers. It won't be Sanchez. It'll be Petrovic or Jorgensen.
Nobody wants to be. If Sanchez, if we get Manyan in, Sanchez is probably going to want to look to be a number one somewhere else.
Yeah,
so he's more than likely to leave.
He could get that. He could get that move based on I know we don't hate him in general, but like he's made big mistakes with Chelsea, but I still think he's had a season to where he could get a move to like a team, bro. Number 100.
Bro, he has one of the highest save percentages. Yeah. Like it's a weird, but look at the contrast. He has one of the highest save percentages and the highest amount of errors leading to goal. It's fucking insane. I don't.
Yeah. And that's why he's decent. Because sometimes good, sometimes shit. You know what I mean? That's why I said decent. Because like when you think about it, when we beat Bournemouth away, he saved the penalty, right, in that game to keep us in the game. You can think of Everton. When we played Everton at home, the last few games, he made 2 very good saves, bro. Yeah, against Forest. I remember when we drew Forest at home. Him and Stells were going back and forth for the saves, right? There's been a lot of games this season where Sanchez has actually saved us.
Even last game of the season, I'm telling you.
I think like Colwill, the last stretch running is kind of boosting him. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
We still need better. We're not saying keep him now, people. We're not saying that, but we have to be fair. And for me, I want better than this guy. Hence why we're looking at Manian. But I have to be real. I think he's at a decent season. Like,
I'd
keep him as our number 2. I don't know if he would want to be a number 2, but I'd keep him as our number 2.
He seems like he has like
I agree
to not realize that he's not that guy, I guess, and he's gonna want to be that guy. But I feel like, say if we didn't make top 4 or something, I feel like our opinions would be changing. That could go with a lot of people, but like especially with Sanchez. But I think we're coming off of a decent season, and he's played a part in that. Like, obviously, like I think the guy's shit, so my heart would be like shit. But if you,
he's not going to backstop you to a title. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to be at. We want to have a keeper that can be the backstop for a title, and he's just not that guy. It's clear as day. So
100%.
We need another keeper.
I'm hoping. You know what? you know what it is? It's Chelsea. You've been spoiled with like really good goalkeepers. I'm talking about in the last 15. You had your Courtois, you had Czech. So then when you get goalkeepers like this, it's the same reason like we're, you know, at odds with the strikers, because like you're used to your Costas, you're used to obviously the legends, Drogba's, and then you get the strikers we have now, and you're like, what the fuck? So it's like, if we're going to be title competing, like I think people are harsh on Sanchez. I used to be harsh on Sanchez. At the end of the season, I'm saying this even if we didn't get top 4, he's part of the reason we got top 4. You know, he's also part of the reason we're not third or second. Like both things are true, but it's like the reality is we need a better goalkeeper if we're going to be winning titles, and I'm talking about the big titles.
No, 100%. You're right, man. You're right. Let's move on to Gusto. Who's next? It was meant to be Jimmy. Let me put Couch in here. I don't know where Jimmy is right now. Let me move you back up here, Couch, like this.
Fuck it, I'll take Gusto until Jimmy gets back.
Go on, take Gusto.
Yeah. All right, so it's no coincidence we go from one of the best seasons we saw from the guy in a Chelsea shirt to one of the worst. What's the difference between those two seasons? A manager and system change. So at a certain point in time, we need to be very fair with this criticism. Now, with that being said, it's shocking. It's fucking shocking. There's no way around it. There's no cutting the mustard. Like, his performances on the pitch, even if you're inverting, I know he can't invert. I know it's not the system that's not working well for him. But my brother, you were put in the position, as far as on the pitch, that you're used to. And you were playing like shit. And I'm very understanding. Like I said, we need to be contextually aware of why we're putting him in shocking. It's because of the system. We know too many games. We don't even have to list them, where he inverted. We got caught up in transition, goal scored, we conceded. So all I'm saying is, if we're being honest about the performances, and he had a decent amount of performances this season, like chances to play at all levels of competition, put him in shocking. That is all.
Yeah, you know what it is? Some people are just not adaptable enough in roles that are assigned to them. Like, we all saw last year, he was decent as a right back, like a traditional right back, overlapping and getting into areas. When you start inverting him and you start playing...
Hold on, Cash, before you land, Joe. Where did we put Fofana? Sorry, I didn't move him. Did we put him in good?
I put him in good, yeah.
I said good, yeah.
Even with the injuries, yeah, I'd put him good.
Good.
I'm okay with it.
No, you're right. I don't know. Oh, that's Colwill. My bad.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that you can't at a certain level you have to be like, you can't like evaluate him as a footballer when he's playing in a position that he's uncomfortable in, right? Like, I don't think that he works in the setup at all. I don't think that he works in Maresca's setup. I don't think that he's been used effectively enough to really judge him, right? But you know, I didn't like seeing him inverting. I didn't like seeing him playing in that sort of like auxiliary number 10 role. Like, those are areas where he's just not comfortable and does not look like he knows what he's doing there. So we continue to perpetuate to play him there. He actually played at left back at times. And while I think the alternatives he's probably better than the alternatives in that position, it's just not where you want. He's not ideally suited for those roles, right? So, yeah, like, I'm not going to knock a guy for not being adaptable enough to play a multitude of positions. He's a right back, and that's what he's been trained on. That's what he knows best. You know, when we're trying to invert him, we're trying to play him as a number 10, we're trying to play him, you know, like all this stuff. That's not his skill set. His skill set does not allow him to play that way. So, I mean, unfortunately, I'm going to have to put him into meaty because I don't think he had a good year at all. But, yeah, I think he's better than what he's shown this year, if I could say that.
No, 100%. People that are saying sell this guy now are crazy. You lot are crazy, bro. I'm looking at Maresca.
It doesn't fit the football that we're playing, though. Let's just be real. It's either you're going to stay with Maresca or you're going to stay with, like, Gusto's doesn't fit with the football we're playing right now. So it makes sense to me to sell him. He's not
but it's going to couch. That's going to hurt to sell Gusto.
The only thing you could really do if you start him and you don't want to invert him, you have to be one of the centre backs, like right centre back, and then Cucurella's the one that goes.
No.
Hold on, bro. Yeah, if you've got a better right centre back, right? Gusto can push up even more. So you only leave 2 players at the back. and you allow him.
Yeah, but then aerially he's gonna get dominated. In the box, he's gonna get dominated. Like there's a reason he plays as a back and not on the right back as not a center back, because he doesn't have center back qualities. So I feel like if you put him in I'm talking about in our system too, Don. If you put him into that center back position, and it's gonna have to be the right sided center back, he can't do left side. He's gonna get cooked at some point, especially by any of the people that have any type of physicality, any size, or any rapid type of pace about them. Like it's gonna be bad, bro.
I don't think he means starting as a center back. I think when the actual inverting happens, he'll end up being one of the center backs.
Yeah, but he'll be part of the three in build up.
You're talking about in the build up, okay?
In the build up, bro. In the build up, you have Gusto as one of the three, and then you've got Cucurella is the one that will go invert, and then sometimes when you've got even lower blocks, Gusto will go even further up as like a right back or like a more like on that side,
right towards the halfway line when we're trying to push them in the box.
Yeah, then you've got two center backs that stay back. That's the only way we can really use it, because this whole trying to play man in the little holes in the 10 and the 8 and that, it's not nice. It's not nice, bro. And the thing is, I thought he'll be all right at doing it because, you know, he's very technical. Like last season, bro, the guy was techie on the ball. So good on the ball. You know what I mean? And Mario,
good crosses, good passing.
Sean's got a good point there too. What's the point in having him if he's going to play center back? I agree. Like he doesn't fit in the system, but that's just simple as that.
But I even think you guys I think he's just been shocking at his basics too. Like simple passes, like 5-yard, 10-yard passes.
No, but he lost confidence. Like, midway through the season, he lost confidence.
Even his one-on-one defending was kind of shocking to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I don't think as a player that we should be giving up. He had a great season.
I wouldn't send him, but
yeah, exactly. He deserves at least another season at Chelsea.
100%.
That's one of those players, like if he goes to the rivals, you'll be upset. If he's used correctly on a rival team, you will be upset.
I'll be upset, bro. Last season, only Palmer was better than him. Only Palmer was better than him for me last season.
That's a good shout, by the way, Don.
You know what I mean? I don't think anyone was better than him last year. Like when you go check the underlying metrics, there was no fullbacks better than this guy last year, bro. You know what I mean? And that was in his first year in the Prem. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, man. But let's move on to who should I go to next? Let's go to Sancho. Let's go to Sancho. I'm gonna come. I'll take Sancho because I'm next. I'm next on the list. Yeah, I don't think Jimmy's here yet. Sancho, I'll probably put him in decent. I think he came into the team. He did exactly what I expect from a squad player. He was playing in every game, which wasn't his fault because Mudryk obviously got the ban, right? Those games like against Brighton where I'd rather someone that's actually more direct than this guy. But in terms of like when Chelsea were cooking start of the season, Sancho was part of that batch. You know what I mean? There's been games this season where Sancho's been playing quite well without the GA, who try to create for guys like Jackson, and they're missing. You know what I'm saying? But then there's other games where he's frustrating in front of goal. He's not shooting enough. That's the main thing that I had with this guy, not shooting enough. But in the second half of the season, I can't lie, he started to shoot more. You know, he came off the bench against Ipswich. He scored a goal to help us come back into the game. In the final, he comes off the bench. He scored. You know what I mean? I think he's a very good squad player. Very good squad player. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think that's first third of the season underrated.
For the job that he came in to do, I'm tempted to put him in good. I'm tempted to put him in good.
Tempted to put very good if he didn't have that slump, to be honest with you. Like, and look, people are going to say that's too much, but let me explain it to you. We sent him back to United for $5 million, and they owe us $3.5 million because we won the Conference League. So for $1.5 million, go look at his appearances, look at his stats. Once again, people
we didn't pay 1.5 for him.
We paid $5 million, and United gave us back 3.5.
For this amount.
Yeah, but you can't anyway. Yeah.
No. I'm being technical, Coach. But my point is, I'm saying, okay, $5 million if we don't want to be technical. For $5 million, that's what he gave us. And I think people really underrate that first third of the season. Like that first third of the season leading up to Christmas, he was very, very good. I'm not even trying to have a bias. Like Sancho's not my guy. I've never had an agenda for Sancho. I'm just honest based on the level of play I saw. There was a huge drop off from him where he was being completely ineffective towards the late end of the season. And then in the end of the season, he started turning up. That's been like the thing for a lot of these players, by the way, is during the first third of the season, there was exceptional performances from a lot of these players. towards the middle of the season, when injuries, fatigue, et cetera, started happening, you saw a huge drop off from a lot of these players. And towards the end of the season, they start picking up their performances again. So
young players, that's what happens.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The thing is, Sancho is not young, like he's experienced enough in it. But what it is, we know what he is, bro. That's what it is. I think people overrate Sancho. Whereas for me, I understand what he is because I've watched enough of him to know that he's a limited player. He's not a player that you can play in every single game, especially not in Maresca's system. Do you know what I'm saying, AJ? Like there's bare games. Remember, I said to you, look, we're gonna miss Mudryk. We're gonna miss this guy because he's a different profile to what we have. People were laughing at me at the time. Then what happens? You're seeing Sancho every week, left wing, right wing, left wing, right wing, because we had no one else. Then George started to get more minutes after January. Do you know what I'm saying? But I can't lie, bro. 15 GA, the Conference League, it was so easy for this guy. In the Prem, there's games I can list off games where he was very good. I can list off games where he was helping us to get the win, right? So I thought he was good. I can't lie, for the price as well. I thought it was good, bro.
Agreed. If anybody wants to debate good though, feel free to speak up.
I think good. I think again. First of all, we almost kept him at one point, so clearly he had an impact on the team. We could say that. You know, he's had a positive impact. But you know, he does lack that additional aggression and goal scoring that we need and that we want. So, you know, and that's one of the things that goes against him this season. So, because there was a period of time where we was fed up with him as well. You know, so I think good is okay.
100%, bro. All right, cool. Let's move on to Neto. I'm gonna come to you for that one, AJ.
Neto. I think Neto, he started off rough. Probably like almost that first half of the season. You know, he didn't really show up. I think he got a little bit more responsibility in the team that second half of the season, especially when we were missing Jackson and just Mudryk was out. I think he got a lot more responsibility. He played striker. He had a little impact, scored some goals, got some assists, but we still need more from him. And I think he had I'm going between good and decent. I don't want to just throw him in decent because I do think he adds, besides, you know, I said the other stream, we can't just judge our wingers on goals because they don't score a lot. So we got to look at the other things that they do, like defensively or keeping the ball, getting into the box and at least creating chances. I think you could put him in good. I think it's something to work with.
Good?
Yeah, if we put in Sancho in good, there's an argument for Neto to be good because I think they pretty much had the same type of season. You understand? Both up and down, both had some goal contributions, but not too much, nothing outstanding. You know, I think good is okay.
How about you, Carl?
I would have said decent. I think he had a lot of opportunities to, you know, make an impact in games. Like he played a lot of games for us. And in those games, oftentimes he was just missing, right? Like you wanted to see more from him. So, and to be honest with you, like I don't want to, the price tag shouldn't really impact, you know, your what you do on the pitch, but it kind of does that too, right? Like we paid $65 million for this guy, and you know, you expect the output to at least match what the outlay was, and it's just not done that. He's a guy that I think that if we get a real center forward, his numbers will pick up. He'll get better, but I see him as decent at best. Like he did get that banger, the winner at Fulham, which was a big win. And the goal, was it Tottenham that he scored as well?
Bro, he scored against Arsenal.
West Ham.
He scored against West Ham. He scored against Fulham. He's won us points, you know. Neto's won us points, bro.
He had, I don't know what you call it, the scuff shot or the assist to Colwill. I'm calling it the scuff shot.
Yeah, against Forest. Literally the last game of the season. Yeah.
I would have said decent. I'm not gonna, but you know, I would say decent. I'd say decent.
I think it's as easy as this for me. I think first half of the season, I was even telling you, I've seen more from Mudryk than I have from Neto. Yeah. Second half of the season, he started to pick it up more. Bro. Especially AJ was shouting, yo, change this guy to a striker. All of a sudden, we're like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? Who the hell is this guy? You know, so second half of the season, I think he's actually been one of our better players. But overall, like I said, sometimes good, sometimes shit. I'm gonna put him in decent for that reason. I'll put him
That
in
goal
decent.
against Fulham was vital.
Why
I just want to ask this question. Sancho had a better season than Neto. Is that what you guys are saying?
Performance-wise,
that's actually tough.
I actually think so, to be honest.
Performance-wise, I would say yeah. I would say yeah, bro. I would say yeah.
Overall play, yes. If we had a better striker in the box, nah.
I just don't think there's really much to separate them because I think Sancho, now you want to include the Conference League. Sancho was playing the Conference League games. Was Neto playing the Conference League games?
Sometimes,
really.
Yeah.
But Sancho started the Conference League game. Like, that was what he was getting in the beginning. So I just think there's not much to separate them, but now we got one in decent and one in good. You understand?
You're forgetting Neto was playing Conference League at the beginning, Mudryk was outshining him, bro.
AJ, you know what it is also, unfortunately, like Couch said, it's the price tag, man. As much as like people try not to, like, you look at 65 mil, it's like 65 mil versus 5 mil, and we're arguing that the 5 mil player played better than that's why there's a little bit of the discrepancy between
good. I didn't know that was the task.
In my opinion, at least.
No, it's not the task. But I'll say this though, like, if you're gonna say good, the difference between good and decent, I'd say that like Sancho was on the low end of good, like basically borderline decent, and I would say that Neto is just like firmly rooted in decent. If you're looking at some sort of a variance there, right?
That works.
He's near Tosin, like this. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, cool. Let's go to Madueke next. Man.
Yeah.
Let me come to you, Couch. What you said about Madueke, bro?
I mean, I don't want to keep sounding like a broken record, but it was just decent. Like, I mean, still a young player, still trying to figure some things out. But for me, the issues with Madueke usually just come down to decision making. Like, sometimes he holds on to the ball a little bit too long. Doesn't release the ball into space where you see guys running onto it. Like, I think Nkunku would have had at least 5 more goals if Madueke would have just released the ball in time when he was open, stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that there's a lot for him to work with in terms of what he is as a footballer, but just mentally, he's just not there for me yet. He's still evolving as a footballer player there. But yeah, I'd say somewhere, rooted in decent. I wouldn't be surprised if he was moved on from Chelsea. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't be surprised. And for that reason, I kind of just put him in decent. Sorry.
Yeah. And for me, listen, I've been crushing it a lot on Jackson this season, but this guy's been a criminal in front of goal as well, bro. This guy, like what Slime Network is saying, Noni was so bad, cost us some points this season, bro. Remember Palace at home? The two chances he had against Palace at home, bro. Yeah, at the beginning of the season. Remember against United at home? Yeah. This guy's had chances, to score goals.
How many goals did Noni finish on? Can anybody tell me?
7.
And 4 of them goals.
Can we be honest? If he had any bit of finishing about him, he would have got 12, 13 minimum.
Bro, he would have
There's so many. If we're criticizing Jackson for how, like, he should have 15 goals, then I'm not saying it because he's a winger, but on the games, when they were being played, he was in many positions in the box where he should have buried a couple of chances. That's all.
I think people go too far, like in the chat where it's like, yo, sell him, all of that stuff. I think he has like potential to offer. I just don't think he's a starter yet, in my opinion. Exactly. What do you think a starter should be? I think he has bags of potential, and he 100%. Has played good at some games this season.
And then Reaper will say things like this: "I warned you, Don. You learned the hard way." What are you waffling about, Reaper? Again, this is why I always have to keep cooking you, bro. Who did I want in the summer? Did I want Olise at the club? Yes or no, bro? You remind me, because we all said Noni's
that was unanimous. Yes. Everyone wanted Olise and Noni as a squad player. Yeah, that's.
We wanted this guy as a squad player, so no one said, "Oh no, fuck Olise off. I want Noni to stay." No, like we all want an upgrade on this guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it, bro. I don't get it with this guy, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll keep him in decent. I think he's had a decent season. He should have even more. You're a troll. This guy's a troll. He's a big troll. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's move on to all right, let's go to João Felix. Let's not take too long with João Felix, man. Callie, I'll let you take that one.
Shocking. Don't even need a face cam. Shocking. I probably have an agenda right now. Shocking.
Yeah.
If you want me to explain, I'll explain. But the reality is, like, what did he really give us this season? Tell me honestly. Tell me honestly the best game he gave us.
He didn't really get many opportunities though, man.
No. But I realize what I'm doing. I do have an agenda. I can't speak on him. I have an agenda on him from the previous season. I actually cannot speak on him unbiasedly. So someone else got to take Felix.
How about you?
Me, I'm putting him in shot.
Go into it. I think for Chelsea, he had a shocking or meaty season. He didn't have no impact. He played in some Conference League games and he left like halfway in the season. Like just drop him in like meaty or shocking and keep him moving.
Yeah, let's keep it moving, man.
All right, cool, man. Let's move on to Reece. I'm gonna come to you for that one, AJ.
James,
bro.
I'm gonna say Reece had a very good season for us. I think I look at the players in good, and I think Reece's impact is just way greater than them. I think he also had big moments as well. I think that counts. A lot of big moments, that's what you need as a top. Like, if you really want to be a top team, you need players who like could bring you big moments because that's how you win shit. So I think, he's scored big goals. He's had a big assist. He's had big blocks. He's a presence. Him being in the team, we started improving. So I think he had a very good season. I wouldn't say outstanding because I don't think he played enough to be outstanding. Because I think if he played more games, I think we'd finish higher in the table, and probably win another trophy. So I put him in very good.
Very good, yeah. All right. Let me move him. I think when he's been played in midfield, he ain't looked great in there. I think against Villa, he played all right in midfield, but yeah, I think when he comes into the team, you just see how he just calms everyone down, man. Like the final was a prime example. Even against Newcastle, I swear he started at left back against Newcastle, bro. Like he helped us.
About the one where we won 2-1?
Yeah, 2-1. He was man of the match.
In that game, he made like a critical block or clearance. I think
Yep. I remember, bro. You know what I mean? So yeah, for the impact that he's had in the team, I would agree. I'd probably say very good for him. Let me come to you, Coach, for Lavia. What are you saying for Lavia, bro?
Yeah, he's been good. I still think he needs to improve on his defensive awareness a little bit. Sometimes just being in the right place at the right time. Like, I think he relies too much on his athleticism as a player, and he trusts himself on the ball as he should because he's very good on the ball. But I'd say he was good. Like the injuries are still a bit of impeding him a bit. A bit of an impediment. If we can get a good season where he's playing upwards of like 25, 30 games easy, like without having to take setbacks, I think that we'll see a player develop and blossom. But given what he meant to us when he was playing and playing well, I'd say he had a good season. Just need to see more of it.
Anyone disagree with that?
Nope. Wish I could put him in very good. That's all.
Yeah, if he could stay fit, he'll be in very good, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good, it's gonna be, what I'm so interested in this season, right? The dynamic of our midfield, right? Like Santos, Asugo. Obviously now we're playing Champions League football, but this is where I'm looking at Maresca now to actually manage games well, right? Where you're taking off the likes of Lavia and you're replacing him with a Santos, you're replacing him with an Asugo. Certain games Caicedo might not even start. The cup competitions, we threw them away this year, man. We didn't get far, like we got knocked out in the first game, innit? Both cups, FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, bro. Whereas last year was at Wembley. I was there for both games as well, bro. So we need to get back to Wembley, man. That's going to be an interesting dynamic.
And win. Yeah, thank you.
100%, bro. Let's move on to Jackson. Action Jacko, Xavi. Let me come to you for Action Jacko, man.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Fuck, man.
I know exactly what I'm thinking.
Would you like his stats before you go?
No, I know he has 10 goals in the PL, right?
Okay, I just wanted to be fair. Go ahead.
Yeah, how much he has in total?
I don't have the all comps number. I'll give you that right now. Give me 1 sec.
In the league.
He started.
week.
He gassed us up at the beginning of the season. We thought, okay, yes, Jackson, here we go. And then he came back. Like when his presence was definitely missed. When I'm trying not to overthink it. I would go decent.
You put him in decent.
Wow.
14 guys. 14, not 13. But
You're a better man than me. You're a better man than me because that
much better man than me too.
That brother's been meaty, man. He been meaty as hell, man. I can't lie.
I don't know though, because at the beginning of the season he was good, and then when you got to remember he was injured. I think when the problem was when he came back, that's when he was bad. You feel me?
I mean, he was poor right before he got injured too. That Christmas period.
Yeah, I was like, to be fair to Jackson, and it's like some people overdo it, but we have to be honest. Meaty is probably a very good place to put him.
He's meaty, bro.
I'm not gonna argue if you guys put meaty. I'm not gonna argue, but I just feel like I'm just trying not to go like with Sanchez route where like the games that he pissed me off, I'm like, yo, fuck you, like all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Bro,
because I don't know what he did at the beginning of the season, and then when he was out, the miss that we missed, just because we don't have another striker, But
the reason why I'm putting this guy is because last season in his first year, cool, he done all right, fairs, but he missed a lot of big chances last season again. This year, bro, this guy is one of the main reasons why we scrambled until the last day to go get top 4. Was seen man getting. Yeah, and he don't even forget he got a red card. The last few games he made it even harder for us. He got a red card against Newcastle. He's meaty, bro. He's been meaty this season, man. He's been meaty. I can't lie. He's honestly got me mad because even his link-up play this season, I can think of Newcastle. It was very good. Boom, the first half was very good.
I feel like that's when he came back. His link-up play, like even when he was dropping before when he got injured, his link-up play was still decent. Like I'm thinking that Bournemouth game, he was even like combining that game before, but when he came back. The intent, the other side of his game that he does well, that's when he dropped off. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even before, he was still pressing.
He still had an impact. He still had an impact.
You know what I mean? But, like, we all thought, okay, we know he missed chances. So when he comes back, at least he gives us the other side of the game. But the other side of the game, he wasn't even doing when he's coming back.
Exactly. No, you're calling him meaty then. You're calling him meaty.
I guess, yeah. I don't mind. I just didn't want to be, you know what I mean? I went with
we're trying to be balanced. We're trying to be fair.
No, he's been meaty, man. Obviously, when you look at it, like you're looking at the 10 goals scored, cool, that's double digits again, right? And he can't do any worse next season. Surely not. Like if Jackson,
if he was there, would he have more goals? If he was playing, if he wasn't injured so long, would he have more?
That's hard to say, man, because he was
actually is hard to say.
Struggling.
It is very hard to say. To be honest with you, maybe 2 more, maybe 3.
Maybe a couple more. Like if things just fall, like the way that Cole Palmer just like belted it off his chest in the final there. Like he did nothing but just got in the right spot, right? He did nothing. He did nothing but just put himself in the right place. And then Palmer just belts it off his chest and it goes in. And he's like, yeah.
He was so shit in the final as well. He was so bad.
He also scored an important goal against Everton as well.
No, he did.
No. It's not that he hasn't like contributed to the season. It's just like when you look at it, my guy Tammy Abraham brought us 15 goals. Like Jackson should have seen 15 goals this season. I'm not going to hear it.
Some of those goals came against Carling Cup teams and stuff.
Jackson would be shocked. He would be shocked if he didn't have a semi-decent impact on the team. He would be in shocking this season.
Media is fair. Media is fair.
I think media is exactly where he needs.
Media is fair.
He's been meaty this season. He's the perfect description of meaty, bro. Even when you think of Christmas, the Christmas period, we played Fulham. This guy could have. This guy was a criminal in that game as well.
So listen to this. So you're saying Guiu had a better season than him? Or like
what I've seen from him this season. Yeah.
Some of these players that are indecent, I don't think had a better.
No, but you gotta look at the context of the individual. Though,
I get it.
We're judging them by the context of their season, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And for me, like I said, Guiu should have been playing from time ago, bro. I think he would have actually relieved pressure off this guy, you know? But yeah, Jackson Meady, I think everyone's in agreement with that one. Let me go to. Who should I go to next, man? Let me go to Palmer. We'll go to Palmer next. got to Palmer. Let me go to you, Cali. Where are you putting Palmer for the season, bro?
Fucking hell, that is hard. I mean, we all know when it comes to Palmer, we know what it was over the course of the season. Lightning crazy. Once again, similar story. First third was really, really, like, I'm talking exceptional. That drop-off was scary. No one sat here and said he would be finished. We just said he was in poor form. Everyone was correct. End of the season, Palmer returns. So easily, I'm going to say very good. There's a little bias in that, I'm being honest, but very good for me, just simply because the things he was doing, that free kick, like, just some things that I see from Palmer just makes me realize he could be really world-class if he just stays consistent. If he just keeps his health together, he keeps, the mindset proper. Like, we have a world-class player on our hands. So, for me, very good.
Very good, yeah. AJ, how about you, bro?
Man, Cole Palmer. I kind of rate him a little bit harsher. Wait, you put him in? Where you put him in? Very good.
I put him very good. The first very good player.
I don't agree with that, to be honest, but
you said
by his standard, I don't agree.
I disagree. I disagree as well.
And that's what I'm saying. But I understand why Cali put him there. I understand why. But I'll just say I'd say he had a decent season because of his standard, but I'd say he had a good season based on the impact and the numbers he still puts up and just the things he does for the team on the field.
Remember, don't grade him by Palmer. Like, I know it's Palmer, but like, don't judge him based on his standard. Judge him based on the standard of the team in the season. Yeah.
And that's why I'm
going by his
good.
Standard is decent. Yeah.
That's why I'm going good, because I'd say he had a decent season. But I think, first of all, I still think he hasn't recovered from dropping off form like in January or whenever it was. To me, he's still not on that form. I know he had a good final, but we all said that Conference League is a lower level, but he did show up in a final. That's good. First half he didn't really show up, but he did have his moments in the second half. So I don't know. It's tough. It's tough when it comes to Palmer, because he could have did so much more. And I think if he was himself in that second half of the season, we would have finished higher, Yeah. So, because that's how much of an impact he has on the team. But I think good is where he falls this season.
No, I agree.
Palmer's good is very good to other players. So
yeah.
For example, he had he still ended up with 15 goals and 7 assists. That's like a very good season for a lot of players in the Prem, especially his position. So his standard is normally 20 goals and
20 GA. Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, exactly. That's I've got to look at it as that, bro. Because in front of goal, I've said the biggest problem for Palmer this season is how he hasn't been clinical in front of goal, and on the ball as well. He hasn't been showing that real intent, like what we saw in the final, like what we saw against Liverpool, like what we saw against Brighton at the start of the season, what we saw against Newcastle. I haven't really seen that much from Palmer this season, bro. But when it comes to chance creation, he's still been cooking. He's created even more chances than last season. So if guys could finish, he would comfortably get probably more than 15 assists comfortably, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I've got to look at both sides. Not in front of goal, he's been shit, but in terms of creativity, he's been very good. So I think it levels itself out. I'll probably put him in good. I'll put him in good, man. Like the GA he's got this season, there's many players that will never get that in the Premier League. Many. They'll never get it in their career.
And he does that with ease too. So for instance, he could score 4 goals in one game, but still keep getting 2 goals here, a goal there. Because even that spell when we were doing bad, like against the Fulhams, the Crystal Palace, he was still scoring. You know what I mean? But it was just a drop off in the second half. Or even remember AJ against Villa, we had as much as Jorgensen made that blunder, right? He had a 1-on-1 where he kind of fluffed, and I feel like he scored that game. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, I think Palmer could have easily doubled his GNA this year. What he has right now, easily doubled it, just because of how many chances he actually had, and just the amount of chances that he gets. So I think he steps it up next year and he gets back on form.
Oh no, for sure, bro. He's already got Delap. That's his boy. Him and Delap were eating together at Man City, bro. You know what I mean? He's probably thinking, bro, I know for a fact here when he's just chatting to Delap by himself, he's like, brother, listen, Nicholas is my boy, Nico's my boy, but bro, I'm so happy you're here because the way I create for this guy and the way he misses, I'm not getting my bonuses because of him, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not getting my assists because of this guy. I'm not getting my FPL points because of this guy. You know what I'm saying? So, boy, I'm telling you, bro, Delap and Palmer, that's going to be a nice little link up because they used to link up well in the academy as well. 100%, bruv. Let's go to Enzo Fernandez next. I'm going to come to who hasn't spoken in a second. AJ, I'll come back to you, bro.
Where's Jem when you need him?
When you need him, bro.
Enzo, I think this is probably his best, most impactful season at Chelsea. Outstanding. I think he had a better than very good season. Outstanding to me is still tough because I still think he could do more.
Do more.
But I think he could do more. I think he could do more, honestly.
Wait, can you define what you mean by more? Just
yeah,
so I
think during the game, because a lot of his impact this year was goals and assists, and I think being more involved in the gameplay, I think he could do that a little bit more. I do think he could also finish more chances. His finishing still needs work. I think he had a better season than Reece James though. So I put him outstanding. I put him outstanding because I do think he had a better season than Reece James. So
I disagree on that one. I think very good. And
I think very good too, because don't forget the slow start that he had.
AJ, I do agree with what you're saying.
Don't forget that Lavia was displacing him before he got injured. Like he wasn't even coming off the bench to Lavia.
Yeah, but how long was that though?
Until Lavia got injured. But I'm just saying, like he wasn't playing well at the beginning part of the year. That much was obvious.
He wasn't.
Well, a lot of the players on this list though.
I'm to be honest with you.
Yeah, but I don't think that he's done enough to say that he's been outstanding. There's only one player that I think has been outstanding this year.
You see,
Caicedo.
I think there's been two.
Cucurella.
I think he's been better than very good. I think.
I would still say that he's maybe on a high level, very good, but I wouldn't say he's outstanding.
Look what he's
AJ. I wouldn't put him in outstanding, but I do think he had a higher impact than Reece James. So I wish there was something. So if you want to put him there, then that's fine.
Yeah, I think he's had a good season. There he is, finally, man. Where's this guy? Yeah, no.
Of course. Look at him. This guy smelled the fucking conversation.
No, fuck that. Put him in. Hey, put Enzo in shocking. Put Enzo in shocking just to troll Jem.
Yeah. And Jem put down all the cooking and said, "No, I need to listen to this." I don't kill me. But go on, Enzo. And I'm about to call you Enzo, AJ. Go on.
Yeah. I'm fine with very good. I think he's better than very good. Outstanding is tough to me, especially when you look at Caicedo and Cucurella's season.
Yeah, I think they're the only two that go on outstanding for me.
For sure.
Yeah. But I think for me, Enzo was third best for us.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. If you outline it with them two in outstanding, which if you want to get to them now, since we already said it, we can. Caicedo, obviously best player, not up for discussion. Cucurella, I would put in outstanding as well, and then Enzo, I would put the third best player off of the strength of the performances. So I would put him at the top of very good. So no one should be in front of Enzo and very good. That's how I look at it.
I get what AJ was saying though, about I feel like it's a season like he's gonna grow and mature because I feel like he has a talent to make more of an impact on the game. Like I feel like sometimes he's not consistent enough in the game and he goes missing, or like sometimes like he's not on it. But very good for me.
Yeah, I think he's been very good, man. He stepped up in big moments, like what Jem's saying. Like against Tottenham, he scored the third goal against them. Liverpool, we beat them the other week. He scored in the final, to come back.
That ball to Neto, that play with him and Caicedo.
Yeah, him and Caicedo, that play was mad. Against Arsenal, you can look at the assist and laugh at it, but bro, he came on, and the way we were playing when he came on against Arsenal at the bridge, we played, no. I'm talking about the performance overall, Couch.
Okay, don't talk about the assist though. Okay, all right.
Yeah. It's not the assist itself, but it's the thinking though behind it. A lot of players go back and forth. Like he's like one of the. Maybe that assist is all. Like I'm not talking about that assist. He's more like attack minded. I feel like when we don't have him, we play too safe a lot of the time.
He does create good opportunities.
when it got dropped, yeah, cool. We had harder opposition, but we weren't scoring goals. When Lavia and Caicedo were starting with Palmer, the goals dried up, bro. And then Enzo came back into the lineup. We started scoring again. You know what I mean? But yeah, very good, man. It's proved a lot of people wrong, including myself. When I saw him playing in that advanced position at the beginning, I didn't like it. Like, I still prefer Enzo as the dictator of the game, the controller of the game. But if he's playing like this in that position, I can't really complain because he's creating and he's scoring.
And I think it's just his overall game is a little bit lopsided to play him in a deeper role. Like he was getting exposed deeper, which is why he was moved to that number 10 position, that sort of like 8-10 role. So yeah, no, he's played in the right role. I think that this is exactly the role that he needs to be played in. It's just we need more output now. Like he has to be more of a guy that can thread through those balls, get guys in, 1v1 with the keeper and stuff like that. Most of the time, what you're seeing him do, which is obviously good, is just like balls over the top, right? I want to see him start playing those little through balls and like those like little 6-7 yard passes that get the strikers in on goal. That's all.
I don't know. I kind of disagree. I kind of feel like he does do that though.
I'm not saying he doesn't do it. I said he needs to do more of that.
Yeah. Cool.
Mainly what you see him do is like he's spraying passes around, right? And it's like always rangy passes in the air. I want to see him be more effective at like stitching together like those little like 5 yard passes here and there and getting people in on goal with that type of pass, Similar. I hear what you're saying. Like you see Sancho do it all the time, right?
I hear what you're saying, Couch, but I think with that one, when you've got someone like a Delap, I think you're going to see Enzo do more of those passes.
Let's hope.
Jackson's movement is meaty at times, man. It's like he just ball watches, bro. Like there's times I'm there at the game watching my man. I'm just watching him. I'm watching him closely, Couch, and it's like he doesn't know what's going on around him. IQ's not there. You know what I mean? The IQ's not there, bro. But yeah, let's move on to the last two because I know people have got a cut. I think we've all kind of said it. These are the only two that can go in outstanding. We'll start off with Cucurella. Couch, what have you thought about Cuckoo this season, bro?
Man. Just everything you want in that position and more, right? Like he's been pretty much locked down on that flank. He's been able to like snuff out danger. He's been excellent at obviously coming in back post and scoring important goals. Something that many didn't think that he had in his locker. Like I didn't expect him to have. Well, how many goals did he have this season? Like at least 6 or 7, right?
Like 7 goals, I think. He's scored the most goals this calendar year.
6 to 8.
It's crazy, and like that would not have been something that you would have attached to his name, even like a year ago. Seeing him come in and make influential goals 6-7 times this year. So yeah, he's been unbelievable, man. Like defensively, offensively,
those goals too, bro.
They're massive, just massive, exactly. So yeah, I would say that he's been outstanding this season. I don't even think it's debatable. He's been excellent. Like we still getting the quality defensive play. He's good in the build-up, and then he's scoring important goals. Like, what more can you ask for? Maybe his crossing could be better. I'd like to see a little bit more of that, and maybe a little bit better decision making when the cutback's on, just that sort of stuff. But overall, I think he's been outstanding without question.
And we're lucky he's like that. I think that's a good trait of both of them, that they stay fit for as long as they do. Because I feel like if Cuckoo had went down, that would have been a massive problem for like a couple of years.
Yep, 100%, bro. That's one thing about him. He's so what's the word I'm looking for, bro? Like, durable, yeah. He's so durable, bro. He's always available. You know what I'm saying? He's always available. The way he's taken up this, like the various roles he's had to play. 1 second he's inverting, 1 second he's in the pocket, 1 second he's overlapping in the same game, and it's like, this is mad. This is a guy that understands the game. You know what I mean? He understands the game, bro. I won't be surprised if Cucurella becomes a manager because he knows how to play in different positions, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? And he's a joker as well, a bit of a joker. But yeah, he's proved a lot of people wrong, man. Because certain people were saying sell him after the first year. I always stuck by this guy. I said, bro, he's had a bad first year, tonsillitis. The man got robbed at home. He's played in a team that bare guys don't even want to be here no more. Let's give man time. You know what I mean? And now look, AJ. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I agree. I think everybody said it pretty much. To me, I don't know who else is in the league, but I'd say he's the best left back in the league.
Without question.
He is.
Like, I mean, you got to start thinking more worldly now. Like, where does he
just Mendez, the only one I can hear an argument.
Better than him in the world. I like that. Portugal left back is serious.
Because even when I see him on like the international stage and he's coming up against high,
he does well, and yep.
No one was better than him at the Euros, and he even got an assist in the final. Yeah, a lot of these gooners were saying, "Bro, Saka's gonna cook him in the final," and that. I was telling him, I said, "Bro, obviously I want England to win, but Cucurella knows how to defend, and he's locked up Saka a couple of times as well. You're gonna see."
Hey, hey, Don, remember when they said fear Martial in the Conference League final?
Oh yeah, Anthony and that. Anthony, allow me, bro.
You know how close we were. I forgot about that.
Oh, my bad.
Close we were to selling this guy.
I said Martial.
And then cup tied him. Thank God, the few good things.
He played him in the cup or something like that, right?
Yeah, he cup tied him.
He's gonna go to Man U, and then we cup tied him. So Man U said, "What's the fucking point?"
Yeah, he actually cup tied him. But yeah, for me, it's between him and Mendes, the best left backs in the world, man. I can't lie. Like I can't think of anyone better than those two. Honestly, I asked Rance this question earlier. Certain man was saying DeMarco. No, not for me.
DeMarco? Oh,
DeMarco, bro. That's what I was saying.
What?
I would say maybe DeMarco is a top 5, but nowhere near the top 2. To me, the top 2 is Mendes and Nkunku, and you can argue a third, but I don't want to get into the left back argument. But
I really like Kirkes. That's a very good signing for Liverpool. I wanted him at Chelsea, but we don't need
great
him.
shout.
But we've got Cucurella. What I'm saying. But yeah, man, let's finish off on Caicedo. I'll come straight to you, Cali, but what have you thought about Caicedo this season, man?
Player of the season, man. For Chelsea, at least. And he should have been... I didn't look at the team of the season. Did he get in?
Nah, he didn't.
No.
He didn't.
Nah.
It's a disgrace. That's a fucking disgrace, respectfully. Like, let me be very clear to everyone that's here. If Caicedo would have went down at any time in this season, and I mean for just a stretch of 3 games, we don't get top 4. And I'm that confident in what I just said.
Oh, it would have been peak.
The amount of things this player was doing, from offensive build-up to defensive transitions, and don't get it twisted. He had bad games. There were times he got caught out on the counter. Like, all of that is normal. But he reminds me of Conte, bro. I don't want to say it, man. He reminds me of Conte. He's his own player. They have different profiles. What I'm saying is the importance in the midfield by this one player. I just long may it continue, man. I'm just using my time right here just to sing his praises, bro. Like, my God, what a player. Everyone was talking the most whack, the most shit when his price tag came in. All this bullshit about Rice being a better player. Bro, I don't even want to get started. Like, God bless Caicedo. God bless Caicedo.
That's just ridiculous. You know what? Me and Goonie was talking in a group chat earlier and was talking about, like, world class and that, right? And I was like, for me to call a player world class, I've always said you need to have the trophies behind you and consistency for a couple of years.
2 seasons, right? Yeah.
2-3 seasons, yeah. But what I've seen from Caicedo this season, bro, has been
otherworldly.
Has been unbelievable, bro. Like, this has been for me, this has been an all-timer season from this guy, bro. Right? This season, the way he's been just taking the ball off people, bro, on the ball as well, right? He is a complete midfielder. He is a complete midfielder, and I cannot wait to see this guy as an 8. Because for me, I think he's a world-class player. I do. I think he's got the ability. I think he's a world-class player. But what's going to cement it for this guy is actually getting the trophies, winning the trophies. Even the other day, like against Brazil, he was the best player on the pitch again. You know what I mean? Every time I'm watching this guy, I see minimum 7 out of 8 from this guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's such a good player, AJ, bro. We're so lucky to have this guy in our team, because when I'm looking around in the world, cool, people will say Rodri is better than him, but I don't think there's a mad gap like between them. I both think they're top players. I think they're both complete midfielders.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Caicedo, he's clearly separated himself this year from basically all central midfielders aside from Rodri. You know, I do think Rodri is a little bit better on the ball and has more of an impact, you know, in the team attacking wise, but we still haven't seen Caicedo get that license to do that yet. You know, he's been mainly working the defensive third of the field. So let's see what happens. You see, like Couch said earlier, when Lavia was in there with Caicedo, you know, the dynamic was different. So, you know, maybe we'll see more of that next year. Or, you know, we got Santos. So, you know, things are going to change. You know, things are going to change a little bit, you know, so we're going to see another level of whatever Caicedo got, you know, but we clearly got one of the best midfielders in the world in the team. You know, our midfield.
I think it goes beyond just saying like a midfielder. This guy's just a footballer, right? Because we played him in a couple of different roles, and like he was influential in any role that we played him in. So
right back, mind you.
You know, well, I mean, inverted right back, but at the same time, you still have to know how to play that position well and get back. I just think he's a footballer, and without question, outstanding. Without question, a building block for us going forward. Probably a guy that you can build a team around when you think about what he is and what he means to, our setup right now. So I'm excited about what the prospects are going forward.
100%. He's another durable player. He's another durable player as well.
38 out. He played the most. What we haven't had a player since Aspie or Lampard to play 38 out of 38. That's crazy. And this is a team that's still developing, and he looks this good. Imagine you have the team with all the key pieces in place. Like you have the striker, you have this, you have that, where he has to do kind of sometimes more than his role to kind of compensate for others. But once we get firing and everybody's at their peak, I think the sky's the limit for Caicedo, man.
No, 100%, bro. That's why I'm looking at Clearlake now and the sporting directors, bro. You gotta make sure that you're bringing in top players to play with this guy. Because Kante, I love Kante, but we wasted him, right? The recruitment in the final years was a joke. How did Kante walk away from Chelsea with only one Prem? Cool, he won the Champions League, but man won one Prem at Chelsea, bro. An all-time.
You
know what I mean?
Preach.
We can't have that for Caicedo, people. We've got to learn from that mistake. You know what I'm saying? We've got to learn from our mistakes. You got to make sure that you're bringing guys that are ready to come into the 11 now and help players like Caicedo win trophies. Because Caicedo goes into Liverpool, helps them win the league. Goes into Arsenal, helps them win the league. Goes into Man City this season, and they don't have the season that they did because he's there. You know what I mean? He's there, bro. He would have been that guy to help Man City play way better than what they did this season, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that loss of Rodri was colossal. Oh, real quick, I'm about to check out. I want to say bless up to the panel and to the chat. Smash the likes. Hit those likes, man. Too many people in here. Those likes are way too little. Get those likes up for Don, man.
100%.
All of you, man. Bless up. I'll let you guys in the chat.
Big up, Cali. Big up. We'll get Cali back on again this summer. 100%, people, man. But listen, we're going to finish off now anyway. I think the man, they want to go watch Love Island now as well, blood. You know what I mean? The next 5 minutes, now it's Love Island time. You know, football season's off. It's time to go, see what the TO is saying and whatnot. I'm definitely going to tune into Love Island. I can't lie. But listen, man, love for hopping on, man. Let me even read these super chats before we finish off. Wolves says, Maresca seems to be some what fraud? Wait, what? What fraud? Rivals don't trust him despite fourth and trophy. Well, Wolves, I don't know what language this is, bro.
Who the fuck cares about rivals thing?
I don't know what this is, despite fourth and trophy. But yeah.
I think if a rival is has something to say, he's kind of worried about our.
Oh, of course. Let them sleep on us. I'd rather they sleep on us. I'd rather they sleep on us, man. Man, they say they expected better from me, dog. Hey, Love Island's funny, man. I can't lie. One of my guys was on it. Was it 2 years ago? Even last year he was on it. Montel, bro. That's one of my guys. Let's see, Assad. Our biggest problem: fraud manager tactics. But we didn't even talk about Maresca. We didn't even put Maresca. We didn't put Maresca. Where we put Maresca, boys? Just to finish off, where would we rank him? Because I'm actually gonna do a show with Alex, Chelsea Fan TV, that's been chefing Maresca all season until the end. I'm gonna do a 1-to-1 with this guy. We're gonna speak on Maresca more.
I think he's been good in his first season, man. I think he's been good.
I would have put him at very good if he used the squad a little bit better, especially early in the season.
Good shot. Good.
That to me would have been outstanding though. Because with the cards he's been dealt, I feel like he made more than he's been flexible. He got us. He hit his target.
Don't worry about what we get, man.
Bro, him and Rand were trying to get on the blower to fucking Garnacho's brother, bro. Say, yo, listen, Chelsea won him and that. Bro, listen, we ain't getting on Garnacho. Forget about that guy. He's gone Italy, bro. He's gone Italy.
No, man. Honestly, though, his name won't go away, though, man. His name won't go away. I'm getting nervous, man.
No, can't.
Right?
I promise it's not happening, bro. Chelsea didn't want to move in January because of attitude concerns. Now look what Amrim said. Amrim lined him up and slapped him and said, "Bro, you need to go find a new club." And you think that's a guy Chelsea gonna want to sign, bro? It's not happening.
His name's still
someone on our board, one of these directors really like him.
Exactly.
bro.
Shit is worrying, bro.
I promise you, bro. Inshallah, it doesn't happen.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, it doesn't happen, bro. I'll show you. But Maresca, I'll put Maresca in good as well, man. I think he could have used the team a lot better. Guys like Felix could have been used more. Veiga off the bench could have been used more. You know, like Guiu could have been played more.
There we go.
it's facts, man.
I agree.
These bit part players could have been used more. I'm talking more about Nkunku, especially during the Christmas season. Like he could have been used way more. You know, but yeah. I'm not mad at you for, you know, your little Guiu and your little Veiga pop, your little prop up there, but yeah, no, I think he's been good though. I think he's been a good manager. First season in the Prem, navigated fourth, got a trophy. You know, he's gonna have things to learn too. He's a young manager, and you know, I don't think he's ever been through a Christmas period before. So like, you have to go through that. That's a very difficult thing to navigate. Come out of all the injuries and still settle us in top four. So
yeah,
good season.
100%, man. But we're gonna finish off there, people. Make sure that you're following AJ on TikTok, people. Subscribe to Couch as well. Couch, did you put anything up, bro? You put something out recently.
I'm just gonna be doing like the players coming in, so hopefully I won't have anything on Garnacho, but you know. But yeah, I did one for the lap, and then I'm basically just waiting for people to be signed before I start like speaking on their game. But yeah, I did one for the lap, and then you know we'll go from there.
I do the same, man. Otherwise, it can be a waste of time at times.
Exactly.
AJ, you got anything there, bro?
Nah, bro. Just posting some TikToks. You know, when we get some news, I'm gonna go to the Club World Cup game on the 20th. So that's another couple weeks. So hopefully, yeah, bro, we're gonna link up. But hopefully we get some. I hope we get another player, and hopefully we get Magnan in for the Club World Cup.
Hey, that's your twin. Hey, you know that we've got Magnan on the panel, people. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna go ahead in some videos, bro.
Javi, have you got anything coming up, bro? You don't make content, do you?
Nah, bro, I'm too busy for that. I mean, I don't have an excuse, but I do. Like, I'm in school, babysitting, work.
Yeah,
I want to though. Yeah, niggas gotta teach me.
They're asking what game you going to, AJ.
The Flamengo game. Flamengo. That's the 20th.
Yeah, that would be the best one of the group, I think.
Yeah. Because I was gonna go to the Tunisia one, but I said, "What the fuck? I'm driving so much for the Tunisia. It's just to see Chelsea, but Flamengo will be better. Plus, the Brazilian them.
Yeah, that would be lit. There'll be a lot of Brazilians there, man. I wish I was there, people. Man.
I'm going early too, Travi. So link up.
Yeah, definitely gotta get there early. Because I think we played Brighton there in the preseason. I have to because I nearly missed the shit because of traffic.
Crazy.
But listen, people, man, there's going to be more content this week. I'm going to go live on Thursday for breakdown Chelsea with like Javon, Alexis. You've also got Tobes. Like I said, I'm going to get Alex on the channel this week. I'm going to try. I'm definitely going to try to do a calling at some point as well, man. I want to chat to you guys. You know what I'm saying, people? But keep subscribing, man. In a bit. Love.